right, our next speaker is somebody that I look up to in the speaking world, and as a human, as an individual, also a very, very big part of becoming the better you, somebody that has left an impact on, gosh, probably, I would say, I'm going to go ahead and go with the millions of people because of the people that he has coached, that have become better speakers, that have learned how to speak, that have learned how to share their message, and has learned how to properly spread something that creates positivity and impact. So ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, give it up for Ruben West.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the troubles, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and the square holes. He said, they're not fond of rules and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them or disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but watch this. The one thing you cannot do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius because the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that do. Those were the words of Steve Jobs from Apple. And I think he's right. I love that we're in this room right now because someone was crazy enough to put on this event because the people who think that they can change the world are what? Here. The ones that do. Yeah. Yesterday we were at an event. Where'd she go? Did she walk out on me? Oh, here she is. It was her event. She had an idea. See, the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are what? The ones that do.
Yes.
Brenda, where's Brenda? She had an idea for BTBY, Becoming the Better You, because the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are what? The ones that do. When I was younger, they had these toys, and the toys that I played with, Toby, they were just the toys. If you had a dump truck, in the morning, it was a dump truck. And if you lifted it up, it was a dump truck. And if you put the thing down, it was still a dump truck. It didn't change, but then they came up with a new type of toy. And the toy, you can start it out as a car, but you can lift it up, flip the wheels out, move the doors to arms, and they were a different toy. They called them what? Transformers. They called them Transformers, and you know what they said? Transformers, watch this, more than meets what? The eye. Come on, somebody. I don't say that they're the crazy ones. I think people like her, I think people like Brenda, I think people like the people that put on this event, I think Dr. Toby Potter, they're not crazy. They're Transformers. Yes. Because they're more than meets what? Come on, don't mess with me. I'm not here to play with you. Listen, I'm excited to have this time to speak with you. And I want to encourage every single person who has an idea because you have a business, you have a coaching program, you have a product, a service, and you have to put it out there because it's your job to help someone. They're waiting on you. And so all you have to do is find out what they want and then give it to them. Listen to this. This is a principle. Find out what they want and then what? Give it to them. Let me tell you what my wife did. It was my 40th birthday. And she said, babe, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I want a nice, quiet, intimate dinner. Now, every guy in here knows what I'm talking about, right? She said, Ruben, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, a nice, quiet, intimate dinner. And so she said, okay, I'm your wife. And so we were in Bloomington, Illinois. We went to Topeka, Kansas, where I'm from, and we were going to go out with my friend Kevin Wilson and his wife. And so we said, we're going to go out. And I said, okay, I don't mind if we go out. We can have a good time. But at the end of the night, I want what? A nice, quiet, intimate dinner. That's all I want. Every guy in here knows what I'm talking about. She said, don't worry, babe, I got you. And so we got in the car. I had on black and white. She had on black and white. And then they had on black and white. And I thought, well, okay, I mean, but you know, she told me what to wear, and I thought it was weird that we had on the same clothes. But either way, we own a martial arts school. We've had it for 28 years now. And so she said, Kevin had something he wanted to tell you. No problem. He said, Steve Twimlow, who has another school, they're having an event at the Expo Center, and they want you to stop by they're testing these black belts and they want you to give them a word of encouragement. I'm like, I'll do it. I'm a speaker. I'm ready for it. And so we pull up to the expo center and I'm so excited. The whole way over there, I'm thinking about what am I going to tell them about what it means to be a black belt, how they can share the art, that the journey is not ending, it's really just beginning. All these things I'm getting down, Toby. And so we go up there and they're kind of lagging behind. I'm like, come on, hurry up. Let me get this over because in the end, I want a nice, quiet, intimate dinner. Let's get this out of the way. And so we walk up there and Kevin gets ahead of me and we open the door and everybody yelled what? Surprise! Y'all must have been there. They said surprise. And you know what? I was surprised because I wanted a nice what? Quiet, intimate dinner. And now I got a surprise party. And so I'm like, okay, I got to go along with this. This is not what I wanted, but it's what she gave me. And if I don't go along with this, she's not going to go along with that. And so I got it and I'm like, hey, and she had put pictures of me on the table when I was young. She got them from my mom. She blew it up to these big pictures. I was in my underwear in this one. I was in this. I was like, babe, how, I mean, what were you thinking here? She said, well, it's cute. Not to me. This is not cute to me. And then one of my friends, he's so stupid, he said, Ruben, I like that picture of you in your underwear. Must have been cold. She said, what does that mean? I said, nothing, don't worry about it.
There goes intimate dinner.
I said, I was 7. Good Lord. But anyway, we went through the night. People had a great time. They came up, they celebrated me. My children were there. People I knew were there. People I love were there. And I was like, who invited them? How did you get them on the list? And she said, well, they told me that you knew them. Yeah, but I wouldn't invite them to my party. I didn't tell them that. But I wouldn't have invited them. But either way, we had a good time. And then watch this. My wife is an event planner. You catch that? She's an event planner. Now, when she asked me what I wanted, I said, a nice, come on, quiet, intimate dinner. She threw a huge event. And I just went along with it. And guess what? All of it was her stuff. Angie, all of it was her stuff. Brenda, it was all her stuff. And so at the end of the night, when that was all done, she had to pack up all of her what? Stuff. So she's packing up boxes and she's putting up crates and she's taking down these pictures. I kicked that one in two. I said, get that out of here. But in the end, she's like this. Help me put this stuff in the car. I'm like, wait a minute. Do you need an energy drink, a 5-hour energy or something? Because you seem to be winding down. You threw this big surprise party, and I wanted a what? A nice, quiet, intimate dinner. And so by the time we got back to the hotel where we were staying, she said, babe, I'm just tired. And she just fell over on the bed and went to sleep. And I was like, no, she didn't. What is going on here? And so I didn't argue. I realized she went out of her way. And sometimes we service people. We ask our customers what they want. And then we come up with this big plan to give them. And what we don't do is value what they told us. Now watch. When it was my wife's turn to have her party, I said, babe, what do you want for your birthday? And you know what she said? I want a big, oh, say it. Party. She said, I want a big party. I said, okay. And I said, what do you want? She said, I like my friends there, and I want this and that and this and that. I'm not an event planner. I'm not an event planner, but I know how to throw an event. So what I did is I thought I would give her a surprise, just like she gave me, only different. And so what I did is I went and rented a hotel room. They're laughing already. I went and rented a hotel room, and I put flowers all over the floor, rose petals and rose petals on the board, on the bed, and I had these candles, and I had the candles lit, incense, all of the things that I knew she loved. And so watch this. We pull up to the hotel in Bloomington, Illinois. I said, babe, I got something for you. You're going to love this. She said, I'm ready. And so she's like trying to get, I said, calm down. Wait a minute. Wow. She was excited. And so we get in there, and now we're going to the elevator where the rooms are, but the event spaces were down around the corner. And so she goes to walk around the corner. I said, where are you going? And she said, well, I mean, we're going this way, aren't we? I said, no, babe, we're over here. And she said, oh. And I was like, oh, God. And so she said, well, good plan. And so she really went around the corner down the hallway, and there's nothing down the hall. I mean, the rooms were there, and they had the names of the rooms, but there was nothing in the rooms. And so when she came back, her whole shoulders had dropped. She said, go ahead, hit the button. And so I hit the button, and I'm thinking, she loves this stuff. She loves candles. What is that store? Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, she'd take me in there to show me stuff. I didn't want to see it. Is this being recorded? I love that stuff. I mean, I wanted to go every time we went. They'd take me to Bed Bath and Beyond.
It's live.
Oh, it's live. And so I went, I would see, she'd talk about the stuff, and then she would pick all these candles. We'd go into the store and they had 1,000 candles. And you just choke to death in there. I don't even know, they had peppermint candles and chocolate candles. What, is that Bed Bath and Beyond? Bath and Body Works, my God. I mean, they had, it was really good. And so I went in there and we had a good time. And so I knew she liked these candles. I got the one she wanted. And so we got on the elevator, we hit the button, we're going up, and it's quiet. It was quiet enough to hear a feather bounce on a piece of cotton. We're just sitting there and I'm thinking, I don't know how this is gonna go. Because she wanted a party, but I wanted to show her the value of a what? Nice, quiet, intimate dinner. And so we got off the elevator and I pushed the door open and I said, surprise! And she looked in there to see if anybody else was in there. And she said, really? And I said, but babe, look at that. And she kicked the flowers and blew out the candle.
Oh dear.
And so, in the end, when it comes to your customers, ask them what they want, and then what? Give it to them. Don't try and figure it out. I learned a lesson that day. Because I thought, well, if she didn't give me what I wanted to show her the value of it, and it did not work. And that's been some years ago, and I've never, ever forgotten that lesson. That when you're putting on a service, some of the best things to do is just ask them what they want. And then don't just ask, give it to them. And I learned my lesson. And when I went back and talked to her, I said, well, babe, you do remember when it was my birthday and I wanted a nice, quiet, intimate dinner. And the look she gave me, I didn't even finish it. Because I don't think she was really relating the two stories. I don't think it really made a difference. And so I just learned that when I'm working with someone, find out what they want, and then find the best way to give it to them. And then here's another thing I learned. When it comes to the people in your business, everybody say give first. Give first. You gotta find a way to give first. I was flying back on the plane, Toby. I'm on the plane, me and this guy were talking, and the plane was delayed. We're gonna catch our other flight from Chicago, and we're going, and we get to the terminal, and we're running to catch our plane, and he's ahead of me. And so he gets in the line, and he's ordering this sandwich. I had to run to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I come back, he's got his sandwich, and I'm in the line, but the gate is right there. And they're like, last call. It's last call if you're getting on this flight. And I was like, but I wanted a sandwich. And so I said, you know, I need a ride. So I got on the plane, and I had him save me a seat by the window. I got it. It was Southwest at the time where you could pick your own seats. I'm sitting by the window. He's sitting on the outside seat, and we're starting to take off, and he starts unwrapping this sandwich. And I'm like, and he looked at me, and I looked away. And I looked back over, and I looked away, and he said, do you want some of this sandwich? And I said, no. He said, look, man, just take half the sandwich. So he broke it in half, and he gave me half the sandwich. It was the best sandwich I ever had. It always tastes better when you're hungry, and it's free. It was delicious. I ate the sandwich. Well, I flew Southwest all the time, so when they came by with the cart to serve the drinks, I had drink coupons. Remember the drink coupons? And so he was doing this. And then he looked over at me, and I looked out the window. I looked out the window. I went back, looked back over there, and then I looked back, and he was looking at me. I said, do you want this drink coupon? And he said, no. And I gave him the drink coupon. Now, why did I give him the drink coupon? Because he gave first. Companies, organizations, entrepreneurs are always trying to find a way to inspire their employees, to inspire their customers, to get more collaboration. And I found the best way is to just give first, because Dr. Robert Cialdini's in the 6 principles of persuasion, principle number 1 is the law of reciprocity. When you give to someone, they automatically want to give back to you.
Yep.
And so I just give first. My wife now, I just give first. I just come on, babe, I thought of you. And she's like, oh, really? Yeah. I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and got this candle. I mean, Bath and Body Works. That keeps me from having to go. I'm not, that's not why I did it. I'm just saying, when I go do it on my own, then she didn't even ask me to go. Usually she wants me to go because she wants me to smell everything, but when I just go get one, she ends up loving it. I just give first. And then here's another principle. Listen to this. This is important. Don't work to make your presence known. Work to make your absence felt. You feel that? Don't work. When I'm at home, I don't work to make my presence known. But the minute I leave, she's like, babe, I miss you.
Would you say that again, please?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Don't work to make your presence known. Work to make your absence felt. See, you'll get difficult customers. Anybody work with a difficult customer? Is anybody a difficult customer? See, when you get difficult customers, sometimes they can't appreciate you when you're working with them. And they'll complain, and they'll complain, and they'll complain. You have an answer. Okay, I understand, and I'm sorry it's not working out, but here's what I want you to do. Just take a few months, or 2 or 3, and just see how you get along, and then if it works, great. Well, wait. And then somehow the phone rings. And they say, hey, I don't know what the problem is, but I need you. Right, because it wasn't your presence that they appreciated the most. It was your what?
Absence.
It was your absence. And so sometimes you have to walk away to let them feel it. That's why just a little while ago, my wife texted me again, when are you coming home again? Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day I'm coming home. I like this because in this room, I want you to look to your left and right, and I want you to realize that that may not be their seat. That might be your assignment. The mistake we make is we get caught up in the people that are up front on the stage holding the microphone, and sometimes God puts the person that you need right next to you. And because you didn't bother to ask them who they were, or ask them what they did, or ask them how they served, or ask if there's any way for you to help them, you missed it. My favorite book says, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, overflowing, and watch this, shall men give into your bosom. It didn't say an angel's going to give it to you, and it didn't say a spirit's going to give it to you. God's methods are men. And so what he does is he assigns an individual to you to help you, but if you don't recognize that they're assigned to help you, you can walk with them all day, talk with them all day, eat lunch with them all day, and then walk off from them, never knowing that the very person that was supposed to help you was right beside you. And you know why you didn't notice it? Because they were a transformer, and you thought they were an individual, but when you actually looked at it, and if you asked them the question, you would realize that there was more than meets the eye. I'm Dr. Ruben West. I'm out of here.
Not the best in the business for nothing.